Dear students, in this video we'll start chapter number 2, that is states of matter. You have already studied that a solid, liquid and gas, there are three main states of matter which are interconvertible. Now if we go from solid to liquid to gas on increasing thermal energy, the kinetic energy of the molecules will go on increasing, and consequently the intermolecular space will increase from solid to liquid to gas. Gases have molecules far apart and solids have molecules very close to each other. While in liquids, on the reverse, there is an arrow showing molecular interaction energy. It means that is the attractive force between the molecules which increases on moving from gas to liquid to solid. If we move from gas to liquid, the molecules will come closer to each other and the molecular interactive force will increase between them. And if we move from liquid to solid, again the molecular force between the particles will increase furthermore in solids. This is very general that you have studied in earlier classes. Next is measurable properties of the gases. There are 5 main measurable properties of the gases. Number first is the weight of the gas, or you can say the amount of the gas, which is generally expressed in terms of grams, or it can also be expressed in number of moles. We all know that gas is a state of matter, and a state of matter is anything which has some mass and which occupies some space. So if you weigh a vessel with a gas and without a gas, there will obviously a difference between the weight of the gases. So gases possess weight, and that is obvious because it is a state of matter. So number of moles of gas can be easily calculated if you know the weight of the gas. That should be put in grams divided by the molar mass of the gas. Suppose the weight of any gas, suppose we want to find it out, the weight of chlorine gas, 3.5 gram of chlorine gas. We want to find the number of moles of this gas. So this is the weight divided by the molar mass of the chlorine gas. Chlorine is 71 is the molar mass of chlorine gas. So if you divide, you will get the number of moles of the chlorine gas. Next is volume. Volume is all the available space that is occupied by the gas. If you keep the gas in a small vessel, or if you keep the gas in a big vessel, whatever may be the size of the vessel, it will occupy the available space, that is the volume of the. If you keep it in a small container, it will occupy the space of the small container. Obviously its volume will be less, and if you keep it in a large vessel, it will occupy all the available space and its volume will be the volume of the vessel. So here the volume will be more, obviously. Now, what are the units in which we generally use in calculating numericals in case of volume? The most commonly used units are liter. 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter, and 1 liter is also equal to 1 decimeter cube. That is equal to 1000 milliliter, which is in turn equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So 1 liter and 1 decimeter cube both are equal units, and 1 milliliter and 1 centimeter cube are equal. It can also be written like this, 1000 cc. These are the most commonly 4 units used in the calculation of the volumes. Next is pressure. Pressure is because the particles of the gases are in continuous random motion, and because of this constant random motion, they frequently collide with the walls of the container. Suppose this is a container in which the molecules are moving, so they will frequently collide with the walls of the container. They will collide among themselves also, but they will collide with the walls of the container. So the force they exert on the walls of the container per unit area by colliding on the walls of the container is called as the pressure of the gas. Now there are several units of the pressure, but the most commonly used units are 1 atmosphere, that is equal to 76 centimeter of Hg, which is in turn equal to 760 mm of mercury column, that is Hg again, is equal to 760 torr. This is another unit of pressure that is named after Torricelli, a scientist. There is one another unit of pressure because it is force per unit area, that is Newton per meter square, that is equal to Pascal. That is also called as Pascal. So 1 atmosphere is also equal to 1.01325 Pascal is equal to 1.01325. That is, this is another unit of pressure, that is called as bar. So it is equal to 1.01325 bar, and here this is 1 point. This is sorry, here it should be 101.325 kilopascal. This is a unit. 1 atmosphere is equal to 76 centimeter of Hg, is equal to 760 mm of Hg, is equal to 760 torr or torsely, and is in turn equal to 1.01325 bar, and is equal to 101.325 kilopascal. Next is temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body, and it generally tells about the average kinetic energy of the molecules, because if you increase the thermal energy, it will increase the kinetic energy of the molecules. So if you increase the temperature, the kinetic energy of the molecules, average kinetic energy of the molecules increases and start moving apart from each other with greater force, with greater energy, and consequently change from solid to liquid to gas. There are two most common units of temperature, that is the degree Celsius and Kelvin. If the temperature is given in degree Celsius, then we need to convert it into Kelvin. So Kelvin is equal to the temperature in degree Celsius plus 273. And if it is given in Kelvin, then you can convert vice versa into degree Celsius. But the most commonly used unit, or in fact in every calculation, we have to take the temperature in Kelvin only. That is the most important unit used in case of calculations of involving gases. With temperature is always taken in Kelvin, but others units may vary according to the units given in the question. Next is density. Density is generally defined as mass per unit volume, and gases have low density because there are less number of molecules per unit volume. The molecules are very far apart. Suppose this is a container, there are very less molecules you will see in a given area, in a given volume. So because of this, the density of the gases is very less, because mass is less as compared to volume. Volume is more, and therefore the density is very less. So, and the density of solids and liquids are generally measured in gram per milliliters, but because of the very low density of gases, the density of gases are generally measured in gram per liter, because the volume is comparatively more we take here, and the weight is very less, so that is negligible if we take in milliliter. So generally used unit is gram per liter. And there is one more formula for calculating the density that you have used. Then we can use this: vapor density into 2 is equal to molecular weight. So you can calculate the vapor density by dividing the molecular weight by 2. This is another formula. So these are the two methods of calculating the density of a gas. In the next video, we'll deal with the gas laws. The first gas law is Boyle's law.